G'day folks, up for Autopsy tonight is, you can guess it, a coffee machine. This is one that I got from work. Supposedly it was dead. Well, it died, according to people. I don't know how dead it is. I know it does power on and it was asking for water when I plugged it in. So I've filled the water container about halfway up. It'd be interesting to see what it does. So technically I don't think it's dead, but there's probably something horribly wrong with it. So let's turn the power on. I can see smoke coming out the side. Ooh, that smells like electronic smoke. I think it's having a bit of a hard time. That's alright, if it catches fire it's going straight out the door. Yeah, I smell burning electronics. I wonder if the power supply or something in the thing is dying. Either that or someone washed it improperly and got water down into the board. Doesn't sound very happy. Unless that's completely normal for it. It's imported by Saeco. I don't know what the actual manufacturer is. Oh wow, it smells like burnt PCB now. This thing's gonna catch fire. Warming up. Yeah, this thing's burning up. Something horribly wrong in there. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. A few beans left in there. Got a grind adjustment. That'd be interesting to see what we can stuff into the grinder. You can see the wiring through the coffee bean holder. No flames yet. Jeez, it smells bad though. Before it just stunk of old coffee, now it smells like burning computer boards. Still going though. Come on, if this thing doesn't give me flames, I'll make it give me flames. Actually no, probably be a bad time of year to do that. Yeah, that's typical of everything around my work. It's got warnings on it about cleaning it. They're all over metal shop. They're cleaning up and putting tools away. Still doesn't really happen. Sort of. I try and clean up after myself. It depends on how you're trying to get the job out. Yeah, it's a Saeco machine. It's not supposed to make that kind of noise all the time. Wow, it's getting warm. I wonder if the transformer's burning up. Well, not getting any more. Bean's empty. Eh. It's not supposed to be vibrating like this. Oh, on timeout. There's something weird going on in there. Oh well. It's really starting to smell. Not like coffee, like burning electronics. Oh well, let's find out what burnt. I don't think it's going to catch fire on its own, and not really in a position to actually make it catch fire, so let's just find out what happened. At least I know what's wrong with it. There's a reason why I never made cups of coffee from this machine, or beyond once. It's kind of nasty in there. That, and nobody ever cleans that, which is your milk foamer. Just evil. Just never seemed right. But yeah, that's coffee distribution and then dumping back to the waste, I think. It's going to end up on the floor in a minute, but it's stuck. But yeah, it comes out through there. Obviously that must be the percolator, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Yuck. Not taking that apart. That's just the waste bin and drain tray. That can go in the bin as well. Most of this stuff's going straight into the rubbish bin. I'm just going to park it outside the door. I knew this would be messy. I was in half a mind just to throw it back in the skip, but look, nah, let's have a look at a coffee machine. Just because we can. But yeah, whatever's living in there is not friendly. It tried to bite me before. Yeah, what else? More screws. Take the top off and see what the electronics are doing, because that's where the funny smell's coming from. Wow, this thing's actually built. It's got a steel door, steel casing, die-cast aluminum top plate. That's quite surprising, actually. That's really surprising. You can see a nice sooty mark on the side there, which is sort of where the smoke was coming from. And it corresponds with this board here. So yeah, that looks like power supply, and there's a couple of switching MOSFETs. The heatsink's still fairly warm. Yeah, that's where the problem was. Definitely smells like it. It's not friendly. This thing's fairly well built. I don't know much about coffee machines, but the name rings a bell. I believe they make some pretty high-end stuff, but I really don't know. That looks like a thermal cutout, just in case this whole thing gets too hot. It goes across down to the main transformer or something, and then to this power supply, so that's probably like a safety cutout just in case the whole thing gets too hot. I think so. If I can pull the darn thing out without breaking it too much. Try and do it one-handed. It's not the easiest. Yeah. Some kind of thermal switch. Either way, that's a die-cast top. Yeah, what a mess. Definitely toasty in the power supply region. We'll pull this front panel off and have a closer look. Wow, I'm glad this thing didn't go in the dumpster. This thing's cool. There's a ton of stuff inside these. That looks like a primary pump and heat generator. Like, it's still nice and hot. That's where, I think that's where the main water inlet goes. It's also got a high pressure steam output from this generator here that feeds off of this. There's a common manifold going to the front panel. I'll see if I can get most of this casing off intact. Thing is, I think everything's mounted into it, so it's going to be a mess. But that looks like the steam generator for foaming the milk. That's the main pump that pumps through the coffee percolator. It's a bit of everything in this case. That one's still stone cold, so it's never received heat at any point. I wonder if it went short and blew the power supply. There's a nice sooty mark near some of those transistors or whatever they are. We'll find out when I pull those connectors off. Coffee grinder's in the centre there with its little universal motor. We'll have to put power to that. And thermal cutouts seem to be a big trend, because there's one there. I think it's a cutout. It's on a proximity switch. Actually, no, that is a proximity switch. That's a Yeah, it's a magnetic reed switch for the water level in the tank. So that's what that is, but there's a cutout there. There's a cutout cable tied in amongst all these wires here. There was that one on the top panel, and I bet you I'll find a few more further in. There'll be one, I think there's one down in there. Yeah, just tucked in there. Yeah. So that's a steam generator, that's a pump, and everything else by the looks of it. But even then, I don't think there's a motor on it. There must be a pump somewhere else. Oh, that'll be the pump. That's a little reciprocating piston pump. So that's high pressure water feed from the tank. That feeds into the hot water generator, and some of it comes off to the steam generator when you require it. But that hasn't been hot. Like, there is no residual heat in that unit at all. This one here, still smoking hot. So I wonder if there was a serious short circuit issue in here, but the rest of the power supply or the fuse didn't protect it. Yeah, there's a fuse in there, there's a little ceramic one. Who knows? The thing's done 1,000,000 cups of coffee and 10 years of service, so it's retirement time. And they're all silicon coated wires too, they're not PVC. None of it. It's all high temp stuff. That's got a high temp plastic on it. But everything is really high temperature. Even the plastics. They're all glass fibre and mineral reinforced nylon. Or PBT even. Back panel's ABS, but the rest of that's probably either PBT or glass filled nylon. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, let's move on to part 2 of this autopsy. We'll get all this out and have a closer look at it. Thanks for watching.